So many new consoles, so many options, and yet so many questions.
So many consoles. Yeah, 3 of them. The same number it's been for like 20 years. There have been 3 consoles. Oh boy. I'm going into this one blind, by the way. I usually at least skim a video before I respond to it, but this one got sent to me, and I'm confident going into this one blind, so strap up.
Should you buy a PlayStation 5?
Probably not.
Or any of the new Xbox consoles instead?
Probably not either.
What about buying a Nintendo Switch?
Yeah, that one has value.
Or, even better, a gaming PC? Are they a better deal than getting a PS5?
Yes, the PC is a better value than a next-gen console. Yes, you'll be able to get a next-gen console for cheaper than a next-gen PC. I mean, at least for now. GPU prices are finally coming down, so they're going to be accessible, more accessible again, but that's neither here nor there. A PC is going to cost you more in the short term, but in the long term, it's going to give you way more. Cheaper games, better services, cheaper services, less money demanded from you over time, more games, more backwards compatibility, more features all around. You have mods, you have fan games, you have just like yes, the PC is a better value than a console.
Get ready, because today we're going to take a look at 10 reasons why you should buy a PlayStation 5 above anything else on the market.
I can't wait for this really unbiased video. This is going to be a lot of fun.
Super players.
Just kind of made me uncomfortable. I can't explain why, but that made me uncomfortable. Just something about like the weird like whispered in your YouTube intro. Like people have been doing this for a long time. It always makes me uncomfortable. Like how would you feel if every single time you booted up a video of mine, you got a stupid fucking ska song, you got the intro text, and then you just got Joe from Seattle. No, I changed my mind. I'm gonna start doing that.
People often ignore the fact that PlayStation 5 is the only VR-capable console right now.
I mean, aside from the PC, it's the only VR-capable console, but your title says reasons to buy it instead of a PC, and VR is dramatically better on PC than PS5. So, good job moving the goalpost there.
Xbox doesn't have support for any VR headset, and for gaming PCs, you'll need a powerful PC, plus the headset itself that would likely cost more than a console itself.
That was a really weird sentence. First of all, you don't need a super powerful PC to do VR. And second of all, yes, the HTC Vive is $860. According to your screenshot, I mean, according to my screenshot, it's a little different. I mean, you can get this thing used for $150. I also think it's interesting that you don't bring up the MetaQuest 2 by Oculus. Like, in your own screenshot, look at this. Even in your own screenshot here, where you're talking about the HTC Vive being $860, right down below is the Oculus Quest 2 for $400, brand new. If we're talking about VR capabilities, the PC is better. If we're talking about price flexibility for VR, the PC is better. If we're talking about constant VR support, VR innovation, the PC is better. If we're talking about where you can play VR on a console, yes, the PS5 is really your only option, or I guess the PS4 as well. But does that mean you should buy it? No. In fact, I think that's a reason that you shouldn't buy it. Why would you go with a platform where there is one VR option and one company in charge of the VR options that you have, instead of a platform where there's a million VR options that are constantly changing and giving you more and more things to do?
The other alternatives would be a standalone device like the Oculus Quest 2, or in case you have a Nintendo Switch, then this thing.
Nice job fucking moving the goalposts. Like, oh, look at this. Oh, if you don't buy PlayStation VR, your only options are this shitty Oculus Quest or this shitty Nintendo Labo. Oh my god, buy a PS5. Fucking Christ.
So yeah, PS5 is the only console currently supporting virtual reality.
But it's literally not. You just showed the Switch. It's not good virtual reality, but you just showed the Switch. You see what I'm saying here with the moving goalposts? It's like when you move the goalposts so often, you end up creating arguments against yourself. I wasn't even going to bring up the Switch's fucking Labo VR thing because it's stupid and it's dumb. But you brought it up. Like, you can't act like it doesn't exist after you brought it up. I wasn't even going to bring it up, but you brought it up. Fuck, you're awful at this.
It supports both the old PSVR released for PS4 back in the days, and the new PSVR 2 announced, which will have inside-out tracking, so no more cameras or Move controllers will be needed.
Yes, buy a PS5 because I promise this thing that hasn't come out yet is going to be worth it.
Instead, the PSVR 2 will have a 4K resolution, eye tracking, HDR, and a new controller with DualSense features like adaptive triggers and haptic feedback.
And if there's anything that we've learned about new hardware releases in the last few years, is that you should not trust what they tell you, and you shouldn't buy it day one. Why are we still falling for these things? PSVR 2 may be the greatest thing ever. It may fucking knock your socks off. It may put your whole dick in its mouth and turn it into an ice cream cone. I don't know what that means, but it may be a great product. But it also might put your dick in its mouth and not give it back. How many super hyped up pieces of gaming hardware have to come out broken or underwhelming for you to stop doing this? Oh, but it has a Sony logo on it, so never mind, it's fine, it's great. It'll be amazing. Get PS5 now for PSVR 2 in the future that will maybe be good.
All going through a single USB-C cable, so no more cable mess.
I don't have a VR headset, but don't VR headsets usually only have like 1 or 2 cables? Am I crazy or no?
The PSVR 2 will set a new standard for high-fidelity VR experiences on consoles.
No, the headset won't do that. The software for the headset will do that. You see what I'm saying? Like, you see how he keeps fucking moving the goalposts? The headset itself doesn't set the standard for the games. The games have to be good too. We just don't know how good the new games on PSVR 2 are going to be.
And it's only available on the PlayStation 5. If you ever played with a PlayStation before, you will likely know that their user interface was always a step behind its competition.
Was it? I mean, I thought it was perfectly fine. I like the Xbox dashboards quite a bit. It's just, you know, Microsoft can't choose one and stay with one. It's like right when you got used to a new Xbox One dashboard, it would change on you. And then once you got the hang of the new dashboard and you really liked it, that was the cycle that Microsoft was in. This is kind of a tangent, but the cycle that Microsoft was in that was really fucking obnoxious was they would introduce a new dashboard. It would take a bit to get used to, and then once you got used to it, you would be like, oh shit, this actually is really nice. I really like these changes that they made now that I know where everything is again. And then they would change the dashboard again, you'd have to do it all over again. Meanwhile, Sony's is very simple. It's very sleek. I saw nothing wrong with it. Like, I didn't think the user interface was a common complaint of Sony's consoles.
It was not as intuitive or fast as their Xbox counterpart. However, all of that has changed with a brand new gaming-focused experience designed exclusively for the new PlayStation 5 OS.
Not gonna lie, the PS5 OS looks almost the same as the PS4 OS to me. Like different shaped tiles and tiles in like a different spot of the screen, but the layout of the UI itself is almost identical.
This new interface is fast, elegant, and let's just say it looks pretty cool too. Now it is easier to find your friends, share captures, and even search for stuff in the PlayStation Store.
I don't see why this is in the video, other than the fact that you needed to somehow get 10 reasons on here. I never really heard people complaining about the UI, but I also don't really hear anyone talking about how great the UI is. It's a perfectly functional UI. Thanks, good job.
Unfortunately, this gen Xbox still uses the old user interface from the previous generation.
Wait, but you just said you just said that Sony falls behind its Xbox counterparts. You just, like, what? Like, this is what I'm talking about. What the fuck is what is your argument? You just said that Sony's interfaces fall behind Microsoft's interfaces. But unfortunately, Microsoft is still using the same interface. If their interface is good, why is it a negative that they're still using it? How fucking desperate were you to make this?
Which is not bad at all.
Oh, it's not bad at all, but it's unfortunate.
But doesn't feel as fresh as the PS5.
The PS5 dashboard, which feels almost fucking identical.
The Nintendo Switch interface is fast, but lacks a lot of basic functionalities like text messaging. And regarding gaming PCs, well, they are just a bunch of different stores that all work and look different. So, yeah.
The store is not the interface. That's like saying if I go to Target to buy something, I have to have that thing exactly how it was on the aisle when I bring it into my house. Like, the store is not the interface. Tell me you've never played on PC without telling me you've never played on PC.
Right now, the best user interface is on the PlayStation 5.
Yeah, sure, I'll agree with that. It's not a selling point to buy the console though. Because I'm not buying the console for the interface, I'm buying the console for everything else. Because the interface should come second to the actual game functionality.
Sometimes it is not about what a console has, but instead what it does not have.
Good, this one will be fun.
In the case of the PlayStation 5, its controller does not have batteries.
Thank you, Sony, for removing the option to use batteries.
So when you finish playing with the console, you just have to connect the DualSense through USB-C, and it will be charged for your next gaming session.
Okay, that's great, but what if I wanted to use batteries? What if I wanted to use, like, rechargeable batteries that I have for other things? Like, it's not a huge deal. Like, it's not a huge deal, but it's always weird when people highlight the removal of features as a positive thing.
Even better, you can use a DualSense dock from Sony or a third party, and your controller will always be charged and beautifully displayed.
Yeah, there you go. That's why they removed the batteries. It's so you can buy the dock. Like, I literally have a dock like this for my controllers, but it's just for AA batteries. And, like, you see what I'm saying? Isn't it great that our controllers don't use batteries anymore? What if I wanted to use my own rechargeable batteries? Oh, then buy our dock. Fucking Christ. Like, it's so transparent why they do this, but you keep defending it.
Unfortunately, even on this gen, Xbox controllers still use batteries.
That's not unfortunate. Why is that unfortunate? It just gives you more options for docks, and it gives you more options for charging your controllers. Like, why is this? You keep saying things are bad, but you don't explain why. And you really need to explain why, because when you don't explain why, the first place my brain goes is to all the reasons why you're wrong, because there are a lot of them.
Some may argue that this may be more convenient over battery degradation in the non-replaceable DualSense battery, but the truth is that having a controller that is easily chargeable is more convenient and a lot more friendly to the environment.
Yeah, like rechargeable batteries. Like what already exists. Oh my god. The truth is, this is better because Sony gets more money from it. That's the only reason why this is better, because now they own all the options for you. By removing batteries from the controller, Sony now owns all of the options you have for charging and using the controller. That's the truth of the situation. Fucking Christ.
Yeah, PlayStation still doesn't have a gaming service like Xbox Game Pass,
and following the announcement of the PS Now overhaul, it still doesn't.
Where you pay a monthly subscription fee and get access to hundreds of games. But it has something else. It's fair to say that if you want to play paid games online, you'll likely have a PlayStation Plus membership anyway. But now, that same subscription has a new benefit. That's right. That benefit is called the PS Plus Collection, and as its name implies, is a collection of some of the best PlayStation games ever.
I'm kind of torn on this one. You shouldn't have to pay to play your own fucking games online. And in response to that, Sony says, well, what if we let you play some other games if you also pay to play your games online? Like, you could have just removed the fee. You know? You could have just fucking removed the fee to play your own fucking games online. Also, kind of blanking on how this is different from games with gold. I know there's more on PS Plus, but like, it's the same idea, you know? They're trying to lighten the blow of forcing you to pay to play your own games online, when in reality, you shouldn't have to do that in the first place. So forgive me for not applauding them.
We're talking about more than 20 awesome games.
Whoa, dude, more than 20? Fucking slow down. More than 20 for me to pay to play my own fucking games that I already bought on a console I already fucking bought? Slow down there, buddy boy.
It's like God of War and The Last of Us, with more to come. Xbox just doesn't have something like this.
Like, it does. It does have something like this. You can argue that it's not as good, but something like this, it does have, yes. Also, I'm obviously cutting the ads out of my recording. I'm watching his video and, you know, pausing, starting. This video is fucking riddled with ads. I'm like 5 minutes in, I've already gotten like 4 ads.
Where you get access to a collection of games paying only the subscription to play online. Nintendo Switch has something similar, but in a much smaller scope with simpler games like Tetris 99 or old-school games from retro consoles.
The ultimate irony of that is that retro games are not simpler than a lot of modern games. Like, a lot of modern games, especially the ones that Sony pumps out, are actually kind of simpler than retro games, but they look prettier, so you gotta buy them. They look super nice.
So yeah, PlayStation 5 is the best way to get a ton of games only paying to play online.
But we're not even going to mention the fact that you shouldn't have to do that in the first place.
One of the other areas where PlayStation 5 is a clear winner is with its newly designed mobile app. Last gen, Xbox was ahead of Sony's console, but this year, things have definitely switched. The new PlayStation app is fast, fluid, and has the same design language as the console itself, so everything looks and feels familiar.
Yeah, that's a pretty good point. PlayStation app is alright. I mean, I don't really see what it has over the PC, because you said in your title that the PS5 is better than the PC, and you should buy a PS5 instead of a PC, kind of blanking on how this is really an advantage over the PC, but yeah, the PlayStation app is perfectly fine.
Not only can you message friends and discover new games, but you can install games from the app and even manage the console storage from your mobile device.
Couldn't you have already done this on other apps on PC? Like, am I crazy, or could you have already done... Also, couldn't you have already done this on the Xbox app? I don't feel like those are innovative features.
Unfortunately, the Xbox mobile app is the same one as last gen. Although functional, it's slow, it randomly crashes, and still has some bugs to fix.
Yeah, Microsoft really needs to get better with their fucking, apps. Their mobile app is really buggy. Their PC launcher is fucking terrible. They need to get their shit together. I like the idea. I like that Microsoft is really pushing to be a multi-platform service. Like, I like that Xbox is now becoming an ecosystem instead of just a console. But they really gotta put more effort in.
And regarding the Nintendo Switch app, well, just look at the app reviews. One of the most important reasons that you could have to buy a PlayStation 5 instead of everything else on the market is that you previously owned a PlayStation 4.
I mean, I didn't. So...
See, the PS5 is backwards compatible with almost all PS4 games.
And the Xbox X is even more backwards compatible. And the PC is even more backwards compatible. No matter what way you slice it, the PS5 is second only to the Switch in terms of being the least backwards compatible gaming platform.
So if you already have a ton of games you love, you can continue playing them on your new console.
This is not unique to the PS5 at all.
Also, all your subscriptions and friends that you currently have will keep working on the new console when you log in with your account.
This is not unique to the PS5 at all.
So you'll never feel like you have to start all over again getting your friends and your games together.
And now you're just going to number 4. Are you serious? 10 reasons to buy a PS5 instead of an Xbox, Switch, or PC. Here's a thing that is not even close to being an advantage to the PS5. You were being really low effort, now you're just lying.
Even if you haven't previously owned a PlayStation before, PlayStation 5 sells about twice as much as Xbox.
That's not really a reason to buy it.
And it's just barely passed by the Nintendo Switch, mostly due to the PS5's low stock above anything else.
Yes. Oh, yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. More people are buying the Switch than the PS5. It's because of low stock. It's because of low stock. It couldn't possibly be for any other reason.
So, chances are that most of the people that you know who play video games online will likely do it on a PlayStation 5.
No, they will not. Friendly reminder that there are more PC gamers worldwide than console gamers, and there's dramatically more PC gamers than PS5 gamers.
And yes, there are games like Fortnite and Apex, where crossplay is a thing, and you can play between PS5 consoles and other devices. But in the big picture, those are exceptions to the rule.
Oh, there's another fucking ad. This video is fucking riddled with ads. Oh my god, I'm getting angry.
But in the big picture, those are exceptions to the rule.
Crossplay games are exceptions to the rule, so buy a PS5. Multi-platform, multiplayer games that have crossplay are exceptions to the rule, so buy a PS5. No.
So if you want to have faster matchmaking, bigger lobbies...
Bigger lobbies? Excuse me? What game gives you bigger lobbies on PS5 compared to PC? Like, the PC literally supports bigger lobbies in a lot of multiplayer games. Like, I can't think of a single multiplayer game that actually supports bigger lobbies on console over PC.
A bigger community and just more people to play with? Go with PlayStation 5.
There's more PC gamers than PS5 gamers, and there's more popular PS... Oh my god, like, this isn't even a little bit researched.
One of the other major benefits the PlayStation 5 has over its competitors is the price. And yes, we know that due to low stock and scalpers, prices have skyrocketed to be double or even triple of what they should be.
Okay, so prices are currently double to triple at the time that he made this. Just keep this in mind. Double to triple what they should be. Just keep that in mind.
But if we go by MSRP pricing, the PS5, especially the digital version, is an awesome deal.
I love this argument. I love when people make this argument. If you go by MSRP, this thing is cheaper, but also you can't get it at MSRP. Like, really? You openly acknowledge that you have to pay 2 to 3 times MSRP to get a PS5, but if you could get it at MSRP, theoretically, it's a great deal. Well, guess what? If we want to go by MSRP, that means the Xbox Series S is cheaper than the PS5 digital. That means that some of the best PC parts on the market that actually beat the PS5 digital are the same price as the PS5 digital. MSRP is not a good argument when nobody is paying MSRP. You have to choose one. Are we arguing actual price or are we arguing market price? You don't get to point at high prices and scalped prices and be like, wow, look how expensive those are, but not MSRP. MSRP is so much cheaper than that when you openly acknowledge that you cannot get it for MSRP.
For $399, you'll get a truly next-gen console.
Except no, you won't, by your own admission.
With 4K graphics and the amazing DualSense controller.
4K graphics are game by game. It's not a platform-wide thing. Stop saying this.
In the Xbox world, the comparable console would be the Series X, which is $100 more.
Or the Series S, which is $100 cheaper? Like what?
Although, yes, it does come with a disk drive. Another option would be a $300 Series S.
Oh, there you go, now you remembered it.
Which is still a next-gen console and $100 cheaper, but designed for a 1080p gaming experience, not 4K like a PlayStation 5.
Okay, but the thing is, oh my god. The resolution a game is running at is going to go on a game-by-game basis. When the platform targets 4K, not everything is going to hit 4K. When the platform targets 1080p, you can pretty much guarantee everything is going to be there. And like, I'm not arguing against 4K or against, above 1080p resolutions for games, but I'm just pointing out that this is a serious false equivalency. You're comparing a game console built for 4K that doesn't run everything at 4K to a console built for 1080p that does run most everything. I haven't seen a single game on the Series S that goes below 1080p. Like, this is not a good comparison. Just fundamentally, it's not a good comparison.
The other remaining alternative would be a Nintendo Switch for $300 too. Which, yes, it has the benefit of being portable, but is also nowhere near as powerful and next-gen as a PlayStation 5.
Because it's a Switch. Like, yeah.
And for PC gaming, don't even think about it. Those $399 that you'll pay for a brand new PlayStation 5 will only get you an entry-level GPU at MSRP prices.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Stop. 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 Not only are you just going back to, $399 for a PS4, after you literally said you have to pay 2 to 3 times that to get one, now we're saying $399 MSRP can't get you anything good on PC. Oh my god. Just fucking stop it. You did not research this video at all.
Let alone the rest of the hardware needed for the PC itself. So yeah, if you can find it at the MSRP price, nothing beats the power per dollar of the PlayStation 5.
Okay, but what if you can't find it at MSRP? Then what's the experience per dollar? You just said you probably won't be able to find it at MSRP, but now you're saying if you can find it at MSRP, it wins. Okay, what if you can't? Like most people.
Nobody can deny that the most amazing aspect of the PlayStation 5 has to be its controller.
I don't like the DualShock controller. I never have.
The DualSense.
DualSense, whatever. I don't like PlayStation controllers. So, yeah, I deny it. I absolutely deny it. I don't like where the left thumbstick is. Sorry, not sorry.
It's a combination of years of continuous improvement over old PlayStation controllers.
And they still haven't figured out where to put the left thumbstick.
It has adaptive triggers that change resistance on your fingers. So, for example, shooting games can make every weapon feel unique. Or let's say the triggers can simulate the throttle pedal resistance on a racing game. The haptic feedback provides not only strong vibrations, but also subtle sensations that make every little detail feel more real.
And there's another fucking ad. The most annoying part too is not just the fact that there's 5 million ads in this video, but they're not even put in the cuts. They're put in the middle of sentences. They're not put like at the intersections of like going from topic to topic or in the silences. They're just in the middle of sentences. And they're so frequent that YouTube didn't put them there by default. He absolutely was just like, how long does it have to be before I can put another ad? Yes, that's what I'll do. Every 2 minutes, ad. It breaks up the video, I don't care, ad. Before anyone says that Joe has ads that break up his videos, I have never manually placed ads in my videos. If an ad breaks up my sentence in a video, it's because YouTube put it there, not me.
But also subtle sensations that make every little detail feel more real. And the touchpad, integrated speakers, and even microphones inside the controllers are just the cherry on top.
Yes, the DualSense has a lot of functionality. That's really great. That's really awesome. I can use it on my PC if I really want it. Like the PS5 isn't even the only place to have PS5 controller functionality.
This microphone speaker duo lets you talk and hear your friends through the controller without the need of a headset. Of course, a headset will provide better audio, but this is a nice option to have available, and some single-player games also take advantage of it. Even without all those features, this controller feels a lot more premium than Xbox or Nintendo Switch controllers.
I mean, that's really just an opinion. I really like the Xbox controller. I just think it sits well with my hands.
And a lot of people don't even know that you can use it on PC or other devices.
Yeah, so it's not exclusive to the PS5. 10 reasons to buy a PS5 instead of Xbox, Switch, or PC. Also, this thing that I'm saying is an advantage of the PS5 is not actually an advantage of the PS5.
We even did a whole video of just the secrets of the DualSense controller that you guys loved. So you may want to go check that out to learn even more.
How do you know people loved it if you don't have dislikes on? Every video I've ever made is completely positive. I've never had a disliked video in my life. You can't see the dislikes. Dislikes part. No, my videos are great. You guys loved every video I've made. Good lord. I'm not at all doubting. This isn't targeted at you, bud. This is more targeted at YouTube. Ugh, getting rid of the dislike button was the dumbest fucking thing they've ever done.
So yeah, the DualSense is amazing, and is definitely one of the reasons to choose the PlayStation 5 above everything else.
Even though you literally just said that you can use everything that you just said on a fucking PC.
A wise man once said, "Without good software, hardware is just a box."
Oh boy, here we go, here's the exclusives.
And with PlayStation 5, this is just facts.
Oh god, I'm not excited.
No one can deny that the best AAA and blockbuster games have been produced exclusively for PlayStation over the past few years.
I'm denying it. Elden Ring, Witcher 3, Doom. Like, those are just the first 3 that come to mind. The first, 3 of the best AAA games to come out, and those were not exclusive. And then you have the Sony games that aren't even exclusive anymore. And they probably won't be exclusive in the future.
And this still holds true today. Industry giants like God of War,
that's on PC,
and The Last of Us,
that's overrated as shit,
can only be played on PlayStation.
You can also play Last of Us on PC through emulation or through PS Now, so that's not even really an exclusive anymore when you think about it.
The same holds true for classic franchises like Gran Turismo, Uncharted, or even some more recent hits like Horizon, Death Stranding, and Ghost of Tsushima.
Everything you just said except Gran Turismo and Ghost of Tsushima are on PC, and those 2 are almost certainly coming to PC as well. So I don't know what the point is.
Oh, and let's not forget that Spider-Man games are only available on PlayStation.
Which was a fucking dick move, by the way. One of the most popular characters in the history of fiction, and we're gonna buy the exclusive license to make video games based on him. Go fuck yourself, Sony. Like, are you kidding me? Like, this is why I get so on their case about just like scooping up exclusives and IPs. Like, this is what I mean when I say Sony holds games hostage. I don't give a singular fuck about a PlayStation. I will never buy another PlayStation. But I fucking love Spider-Man. This is not Sony giving you a great game. This is Sony holding a game hostage that's a game that stars a character that they had no hand in making. No hand at all. Fuck you. That is anti-consumer at its core.
And it's also confirmed that X-Men's new Wolverine game will be available only on Sony's home console.
Again, fuck you, Sony. That's not your character. I don't want to buy your stupid fucking console to play a game based on a character that you had no hand in making.
The list of spectacular and critically acclaimed games just goes on, with even more ambitious titles coming up in the future.
Really? Are there? I mean, news to me.
And yes, we know some of these can also be played on PC, but remember that a decent gaming PC will cost you from $1,000 to $2,000 just to have a performance similar to a PS5.
Oh, shut your fucking mouth. Also, you literally showed screenshots in this video of PS5s costing $1,200. So who the fuck are you to say $1,000 for a PC is unreasonable? You just said $1,200 for a PS5 is perfectly fine, but $1,000 for a PC is bad? What?
It's also fair to say that Nintendo has an amazing exclusives catalog, but those tend to be more family-oriented experiences.
Ah, yes, Metroid Dread, my favorite family experience.
Instead of the more mature and ambitious PlayStation games.
Ah, yes, mature and ambitious games like The Last of Us 2.
And Xbox, while right now they're doing great with games like Halo Infinite and the Forza Horizon series, there's just so much catching up to do with Sony.
I mean, yeah, I'll give you that one. Microsoft doesn't have a lot of first-party games, but that's also not their focus. So again, weird comparison.
So if the main goal of a gaming console is to play games, let's just say that PlayStation 5 offers big blockbuster mature experiences like no other platform in the market.
Every kind of mature blockbuster experience that you would want from a PlayStation 5, you can get on a PC, you can get it on an Xbox. The exact games might not be the same for now, but the experiences can be found in different games, and the experiences, which you have still not even really mentioned what the experiences are. All you've said is like, oh, these experiences, these mature experiences. Like what? What about Sony games makes them so unique? The game is mature. That doesn't mean anything.
And that's precisely the #1 reason that you should have to buy a PlayStation 5 over any other console or gaming PC in the market.
I'm sorry, did you just say reasons you have to buy a PS5?
And that's precisely the #1 reason that you should have to buy a PlayStation 5 over any other console or gaming PC in the market.
This was pain. It was pain to get through this one. If you want to buy a PS5, God bless. Go do your thing. But make your opinions based off of facts, please. For the love of God. That's why I harp on videos like this. You like the PS5, that's great. You like Sony, fine. But don't just fucking lie about what you're getting when you give them your money. Don't just fucking lie about what is available on other platforms. I don't think you said a single thing in this video that is actually exclusive to the PS5 other than the exact games which are exclusive for now. And you may not even want them. Good Lord. Oh boy. I'm hungry. Toodles.
Must go faster.
Rats.
Reloading.
Knocked.
Reloading. Tango kill. My shield recharge.
I'm shaking too much, Joe. I can't hit anything.
Take that if you need it.
Give my shield to recharge. Throw an arc star.
Keep it cracked. Octane cracked.
25.
Spotted. Double timing it. Give me a sec. Recharging shields.
Just giving my shields a little.
G fucking G. Holy shit, we did it. Of 12 fucking kills, are you kidding me? Oh my god.